Alright, we're going to be breaking down the top 10 slashers of the 2010s. And the same with the other list before this one. The only caveat is I'm not going to have more than one film from the same franchise. But without further ado, let's jump into number 10, which is Terrifier. Which I know a lot of people don't think this is a very good movie, but after you've seen the second and third one, it's a great film. There is not a whole lot of story in it if you watch it by itself, but then tying it in with the other ones adds more story to it. And on top of that, you have Art the Clown, and you have some fantastic special effects and gore on like a $50,000 budget, so really what more could you ask for? It's just sick fun that kind of reminds you of the 80s. Number 9 is The Voices, a Ryan Reynolds horror movie where he's hearing all these voices in his head. He's talking to cats and dogs and going around and just brutally murdering women and then talking to their severed heads. It's just a fun horror comedy, not what you would expect kind of, but it does have that Ryan Reynolds humor and charm in it. Just a fun movie. It's good. Number 8, Curse of Chucky. This one's getting thrown on there because this is probably the third best Chucky movie in the entire series, but it went back to its horror roots and slasher roots. It has fun kills in it. It has good kills. It has storyline developing. We get new characters. And on top of that, we get one-liners still, and it's not over the top with the humor that makes it go into Looney Tunes land. Number 7, Happy Death Day. Another horror comedy in this one, and this is Groundhog Day with slasher elements in it, where a girl wakes up because every time she dies, she then gets to wake up and try to relive the same day over and over again, trying to pick the clues together in order to figure out who it is that is killing her. Fun movie. Number 6, Halloween 2018. Michael Myers has been off our screens for a very, very long time after Rob Zombie decided to put out Halloween 2 and nobody wanted to touch it again for a while. But we got a great movie. This is one that takes place directly after the 1978 Halloween, so 50 years later. And it's a solid movie. Michael Myers is good in this movie. It brings back the traditional kind of slasher elements and gore without over the top. It does try to do some humor, but it's not the greatest, but it's also not terrible. But the kills are fun. The original Michael Myers stalking and some of that good stuff is fun. Him getting his mask, still all good. Number 5. This one is kind of a fun theme park one, and that is Bloodfest. This is where a group of kids are all going to something called Bloodfest, where you're going to see a bunch of horror icons, horror movie people, actors, stuff like that, and then a bunch of fans. It's like a carnival, an event, almost like a Comic-Con. And in here, there's a lot of murder, there's a lot of blood, there's a lot of gore, and you do get fun, different elements. You have and a straight-up slasher known as the Arbanist in this universe. You get zombies, you get clowns, you get vampires, you get like a little bit of everything, so it's just kind of a fun hodgepodge of stuff. Number 4, The Final Girls. This one is a horror comedy where it's a movie that takes place inside of a movie. So a girl dies. No, she doesn't die. Whoops. Her mom dies. And then it's like a year or two later, they convince her to go watch one of the movies her mom was in, which is like Camp Blood. And there's like a fire that breaks out, and somehow they jump through the movie screen and into this movie. So they now have to survive in this slasher element, and it gives her one last chance to kind of spend time and hang out with her mom, even though it's her mom's character that she's playing, so it's not quite the same, but it still tries to go for the heartwarming moments. But it's got a lot of good laughs. It's good fun, blood, gore, everything you want. Number 3, which is going to be the oddball out of this list, only because most of these movies are comedy horror, and this one is not, and that's Green Room. All I'm going to say is if you haven't seen Green Room, go see it. It takes place at a bar. There's Nazis. There's blood. There's gore. There's great acting. Great special effects. Good story. It literally is a very, very good movie in general. So if you haven't seen Green Room, go check it out. Number 2. is going to be Scream 4. Like I said in the last 7, 8 of these movies, this is also kind of a horror comedy, pokes fun at the genre. But to me, this is the second best Scream movie in the entire series. It's got great blood and gore in it. The kills were much more brutal and visceral compared to the previous Scream movies. It kind of put it on par with one. This does have the best Ghostface reveal since the original Scream. And then the aftermath, once you find out who she is and everything that she's doing, is just batshit crazy insane, almost like cerebral, like Billy Loomis, but then kind of has a Stu Macher delightfulness about her. And we also get a good character that's supposed to be the Randy of the group with Kirby. It's just a good Scream movie. It's fun, and it was Wes Craven's last film. So, that's 2. Coming in at number 1, the best slasher of the entire 2010s, and it's another horror comedy, but it's The Cabin in the Woods. It is a perfectly written movie where a group of friends are heading to a cabin in the woods, and little do they know is there's a group of people who have these little figurines and stuff set up because they have to appease the gods and have people brutally murdered and a virgin sacrificed. But how it happens is all by chance and what you get. And you see this whole board of all these characters it could be, and they get their one. And we get to see that kind of things, a redneck zombie slasher. But then later in the movie, we do get to see a boatload of all these characters come in. And you get to see comeuppance from a bunch of people. A nice little Sigourney Weaver appearance. Was it Chris Hemsworth is in this movie, out of the probably biggest name that's an actual actor in the movie. Yeah, it's just a good, fun movie, and you couldn't ask for anything better. Alright, that's my top 10 of the 2010s. If you haven't checked them out, I got the 2000s, 1990s, and 1980s here as well. Click on them. Let's do this.